How you doing, YouTube? Matt with Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review. Yeah, a little bit of extra hopped IPA-ness on today's Massive Beer Review. In the form of Hudson Valley Brewings Sky Thing. Yeah, super excited to give it a whirl. I've done a few Hudson Valley reviews, growlers, and most recently crowlers, but this is their first can release. They finally canned a beer. I liked them enough in all aspects, from their hoppy stuff to their sour stuff, that I was like, I need to do one of these. So I was lucky enough to grab one off a friend, trade him a couple beers, and yeah, longer story longer, here we go. As far as what it says in the can itself, it says Sky Thing, double dry hopped, double IPA. So extra hopped, double IPA, Hudson Valley Brewing, 8% alcohol by volume, Beacon, New York. And that be that. This can was dated and canned on 6/22. Today is 6/27, 5 days old. Drink fresh, it says. Wise words. Label-wise, I really like their labels. And I say that weirdly because this is really the first label. They've actually designed label art for pretty much for every beer. But everything's been crowlers and growlers up until this point. But yeah, I mean, I like it. Something about the art design, I dig it. Definitely on the hipster tip. They actually go the extra mile to animate all their labels on their Facebook. So yeah, it might not be for everybody, but something about it. I don't know if it's the color patterns they use to use these kind of not overt pastels, but this kind of like soft pasteliness that makes me kind of just not hate it for some reason. And the art design is pretentious, but not overly fucking douchebag. I don't know what it is. Anyway, I fucking like it. Let's put it that way. But I like the brewery, and that goes a long way. I actually popped in there in early February, about a week after they opened, by accident, actually. I didn't even know they had opened. I heard them on a podcast, Steal This Beer, Augie Carton's podcast. I heard them on their, one of the head brewers, both of them might have been on there, I shouldn't say head co-brewers or whatever, on there, and a while ago. And I was out in Newburgh, and I needed to kill some time, and I was looking for breweries. I was like, these guys. So I popped in, and ever since then I've been going, and yeah, I've been digging it. Their IPAs typically are pretty damn good stuff, but their sours, man, they do a lot of the rare barrel style stuff where they kind of oak out a lot of their stuff. They, you know what I mean, pretty much base beer, oak it, and then just kind of fuck with it from there. So yeah. Good all around. Nice little kind of juxtaposition there, and kind of back and forth to go from IPAs to sours. It's one of my favorite ways to go when it comes to beer. Anyway, finger just off Whitehead, had nice creaminess to it, dissipating not pretty quickly. It's kind of sticking around. I'm lying. So it doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere anytime soon, but at the same time, it's got a deep bevel to it. It's probably a bit smaller than what it seems like on camera, and it's pretty deep, those kind of bubbles. You can kind of see pretty deep into that beer. And that thing is pretty fucking turbid, man. I mean, you look at that center, I don't know if you can get it on camera. It's got this kind of orange honeyish glow around the edges, but it gets kind of deeper as you go towards the center of the beer to where it gets markedly darker. So you're talking about a beer that's pretty fucking dense when it does that. So you got a little like wine-esque glass here. I haven't used this one in a while. I'm in a very long stem mood today. I'm doing 3 reviews. This is the third out of 3, and all long stems. I don't know what it is. Anyway, see if we can get a nose on her. Deep, rich, dark. Not dark. Don't want to say that. Deep, rich, mature, ripened fruitiness. It's a weird one because I'm having a hard time placing the fruit itself, which makes me think it's like kind of like a fruit medley kind of thing going on. It's like a mixture of grapefruit, pineapple, and like a tropical fruit, like maybe like a passion fruit or something like that. Because I'm not getting overt acidity, but there is a little bit of acidity there. there is that kind of stone fruitiness to it, but it's not overt. It's almost like kind of on the edges. Same thing with that kind of passion fruitiness to it, star fruitiness to it. But again, nothing too jarring. It smells kind of soft and rounded yet impactful. Well, kind of like a lot of beer. It's got a deep, rich core, and that's why I say like a ripened fruit. It's not as bright and as in your face and as striking with those hops. Like thick and kind of fatty. Deep, dark, rich, muddled in a good way, soupy in a good way. It's kind of like, it smells thick. Let's put it that way. Sweetness to it. Don't get much bittering, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a heaping helping of bitterness in there. Or the sweetness is just bouncing back that bitterness. I just want to find out. Cheers. Oh. Yeah. Whoa. A little bit boozy, but this is intense shit. How intense, what is that? Is that kumquat? There's like all kinds of, this is exotic fruitiness. This is like, if you're going to be a citrus fruit, you're going to be like a kumquat on this one. If you're going to be a stone fruit, you're going to be something exotic, stone fruity. You know what I mean? It's got a kind of creaminess to it that's like avocado-like. It's intense and it's fruity, and it's fruity in a way that, like I said, I keep going for that matured fruit, that ripened fruit, that almost before rotten kind of fruit. The when fruit is just almost alcoholic in its own right. Like you have a piece of fruit and you're like, it's boozy kind of fruit because it's almost like the point where it's actually fermenting on itself. The mouthfeel is putty. It's so thick, but at the same time, it's not. I shouldn't say putty because that sounds horrible. It's super dense, but it's not gritty. It's not like, it doesn't taste like it's been kind of artificial. This tastes like a really robust, like smaller ABV hazy New England IPA that was like ice boxed. You know what I mean? To where they kind of burnt off some of the fucking, you know, the water, to where they ended up with just a big, more robust version of a super hazy, smaller IPA. That's what I'm getting from this. It doesn't have that grainy kind of flowery, overly yeasty kind of texture. There's a little bit of dryness to it, so it's not like the yeast isn't playing a part in that kind of texture or the fruitiness even. But at the same time, it drinks pretty damn nice. I'm trying to place the fruit in here. I'm having a really hard time doing it. It's like a jellied... It's like a jellied mango passion fruit jelly that wasn't super sweet. It has this kind of confectionariness to it, even though it's not lactose. I don't know, it's all over the place. I'm having a hard time kind of pinning it down, which honestly kind of excites me. It's still aggressive. It's still a big, huge, in-your-face kind of, you know what I mean, New England style, this, that, and the other thing. But let's put it this way. It doesn't taste like a lot of the other beers that I've had. It tastes unique into itself. In a world, in a brewery, in a world, or a world full of breweries that are, everybody's trying to do the same exact beer over and over. Sure, this is a style they're trying to accomplish. It's not a secret that they released their first can as a hazy, double dry hop New England style IPA. But I can't be like, oh, this tastes like that beer, or this tastes like this beer. It tastes very unique. It tastes like their beer, which honestly, for me, is probably one of the highest compliments you can give when it comes to these kind of hazy New England style double IPAs and stuff like that. It definitely skews on the sweet side. There's enough bitter in there to balance it out. And the bittering that is there is like weedy bitterness, keefy, weedy bitterness. But it's definitely sweeter more than bitter, at least for me. But you do get a little burniness. Gives you a little mango vibes, that burn does. So it could be a little bit of mango deep inside this sucker too. Yeah. I like it. I don't seem like I'm overly ecstatic with it. I don't know. It's been a long week. I'm tired. Maybe it's just I'm just not as enthusiastic as I usually am. But yeah, it's tasty. Definitely a 1 can beer. I do not want to drink more than that because the density, even though it drinks easy, it's pretty hefty stuff. But yeah, all over the place. A lot of ripened fruit. A lot of rich, sweet, ripened fruit. There's enough acidity in that kind of fruitiness to make you think, kind of like that exotic kumquatiness. There's enough kind of stone fruitiness and you know, that kind of tropical star fruity kind of passion fruitiness, kind of give you kind of like that fruit medley thing going on. But there's enough everything to balance it off. Let's put it that way. I'm rambling at this point, so I should probably just tie this up. Yeah, let's talk about it. It's one of the better double IPAs, extra hop double IPAs I've had as of late. Yeah. Yes. Definitely. That's a really fucking convincing definitely, isn't it? I'm just still kind of perplexed by it. It's giving me a lot of rich, deepness that I usually don't get with a lot of those beers. Like I said, it's coming off like Eisbach-y, like a double IPA Eisbach, which doesn't make any fucking sense. But kind of, if you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, value availability, 18,000 4-pack. It's market value for shit like this. So take it for what it's worth. Brewery only. And just say if you like what we like this. If you like rich, deep, dark, impactful New England style hazy double IPAs, you want something a little bit different than what everybody's doing. Definitely has some uniqueness to it. Definitely has enough kind of calling cardiness to kind of hang its hat and say that they created this, even though it's a genre that's being copied and they're doing something that somebody else did. There's enough uniqueness there to carry it and not be as just, oh, this is what everybody else is doing. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice Hudson Valley beer right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.